As to the Senior Calypso competition, the finals for 2012. At this time, I would like to take the opportunity to invite Mr. Hassan Chutibaras to give brief remarks.
Thank you very much, Mark, our chairperson for the 2012 Calypso Monarch contest. Honorable Minister Henry Daniel, Ms. Keisha Jones, our TDC rep here today, Calypsonians, members of the press. Very happy to be here once again at this press conference to speak about and to deliver the goodies to the Senior Calypso finalists for Culturama 2012. Culturama has started off very well. We are pleased with what has been happening so far, and it augurs well for the remainder of the festival. But today, our focus is on the Senior Calypso Monarch finals, the TDC Senior Calypso Monarch finals taking place on Friday, the 3rd of August, Cultural Complex at 8 p.m. And if we are to go by what we saw last Friday at the semi-finals, I think we're going to have a very competitive and intriguing Calypso finals come Friday night. We certainly want to encourage the general public to come out in your numbers to support the Calypsonians. Most of them are very seasoned. We have 5, I think, monarch or former monarchs in the competition, and we also have 2 other seasoned Calypsonians, as well as the new kid on the block, newcomer, Enforcer. We want to especially welcome Enforcer to the Calypso Monarch finals. Competing for the first time, and going all the way to the finals. And I'm not going to say what he said to me regarding the finals. I leave that for the banter of the Calypsonians amongst themselves. I want to say how happy we are that TDC is once again partnering with us. They have been a very good corporate sponsor to Culturama, I think throughout its 38-year history. But in the more recent past, last 4 or 5 years or so, they have been the sponsor of the Senior Calypso Monarch contest. We are very, very happy once again to have them on board. I know that we speak a lot about what should happen every year between Calypso competitions, between Culturama. I want to hope that we would reach that stage at some point in the very near future, hopefully over the next year or so, where we can partner with TDC to run 1 or 2 workshops, both at the senior and the junior level. Much has been said about the current state of Calypso in Nevis. Not so much about those who are in the finals, because I think we have 8 very good and some may say excellent Calypsonians in the finals, but we are very much concerned about what happens beyond the finals, those who make it to the semi-finals and others. In any case, the number of Calypsonians that we have involved in the art form at this point in time is very small. I think we counted about 16 registrants for this year, 13 of whom competed in the semi-finals, plus the reigning monarch Hollywood, and therefore we have 14 Calypsonians who would have participated in Culturama this year. Remembering as well that 3 of them are from St. Kitts. So really, truly, the number 11 Calypsonians participating in Culturama who are from or resident on Nevis is very, very small. Because in the past, when we have had a higher number of Calypsonians, where we have done quarterfinals and then semifinals, the number that we have been selecting for semifinals is 12. So having 11 Calypsonians from Nevis participating is very disappointing. The Culturama Committee and the Nevis Cultural Development Foundation has a role to play in ensuring that number increases next year. And we will certainly like to see as many as 20 Calypsonians involved in the 2013 Culturama Festival, and remembering a big milestone coming up 1 year after that, in 2014, the 40th anniversary of Culturama. I would certainly like to see at least 25 Calypsonians involved in the senior category for the 40th anniversary. But let us see if we can get that number up to 20 next year. We will play our part. We expect the Calypsonians to play their part as well. And we expect new people to come on board. New people, when you hear the workshops being organized, even the 3 persons who had registered but did not sing this year will be involved, and other people as well. The NCDF would also be looking very seriously at utilizing the services of one of its officers, who is one of the best Calypsonians to have ever come out of Nevis, to do some work in the schools this year among the junior Calypsonians. Hopefully, by the end of next year, by the end of the school year in 2013, we would want each school involved in some sort of competition, junior Kaisa competition, sometime during that year, so that we can see up to 8 Calypsonians perhaps from each school competing, and we have a monarch for each school. And then we may reach a stage next year where we can say to the St. Kitts Calypsonians who dominated the junior Kaisa contest this year, okay, we're changing our policy, we no longer want you involved because we have enough individuals taking part. We can say the same thing for the senior Calypso monarch as well. We have 20 Nibijan Calypsonians who are ready to sing. Sorry, policy change. We will no longer be inviting you to participate in Culturama. That is it. That is where we want to move to. But everybody has to play their part. The corporate sector, the public sector, NCDF, Culturama Committee, Calypsonians, the schools, the whole community, the bands, everybody must come on board and play their part to ensure that we increase the number of Calypsonians who are involved in the art form beginning next year. I want to congratulate the 8 finalists, the King Hollywood, who is defending his crown and planning to create history. Everybody says that every year, but nobody has yet created the history in terms of repeating for the next year. Astro, former monarch, this and that, former monarch, Inspirer, former monarch, and I saw some former monarch. Cooper Wheeler, it's been around for a long time, since I think the late 70s, continued to do very well in the finals again this year. Notsi, of course, who is a consistent finalist as well, since in the late 80s, I think. And then, of course, we have the newcomer on the block, the new kid on the block, Enforcer. I think it augurs well for a great competitive Senior Monarch Kaisa contest this year, sponsored by TDC, of course. And I want to encourage the entire general public to come out and support all the Calypsonians and support the art form. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Byron, for those very informative remarks. And now we have Ms. Keisha Jones, the Director of TDC, our board sponsor for this year's competition, going to give brief remarks.
Chairman of this afternoon event, Mr. Mark Lake, Mr. Halson Byron, the Chairman of the Nevis Culturama Committee, Honorable Hensley Daniel, the Calypso finalists, the Inspirer, welcome back to the arena, and also to your #1 cheerleader, your mom. And I would also like to say welcome also to the enforcer, and I wish you all well. Good afternoon. I bring warm greetings from the board, management and staff of TDC Nevis Limited. Today we are very pleased to be associated with the staging of this year's festivity. We have been associated with this event for almost as long as it has been in existence, providing support in one form or another. For a number of years, our sponsorship provided assistance in the form of gifts and prizes for all the participants. A few years ago, we provided sponsorship for the Mr. Miss Talented Youth pageant. And then in 2006, we decided to associate our sponsorship with the biggest event of the festival, the Senior Calypso Monarch Competition. As you can see, over the years, our partnership with the Culturama Committee has allowed us to bring to the public a series of activities that would continue to showcase the unique cultural talents of Nevis. TDC understands the important role this festival plays in the life of every Nevisian and Kittitian. And even in this challenging economic time, our commitment is proof of our firm's belief in this homegrown festival. Moreover, we also recognize the traditional values of Culturama and the significant role in advancing the creative and art performing, uniting our communities and providing opportunities for entrepreneurship within the marketplace, to name a few. On behalf of the directors and staff of the TDC Group, we wish all the Calypsonians well. We look forward to a great event, and we wish all a happy, safe, and crime-free Culturama. In this regard, it gives me great pleasure to present our sponsorship package to the Honorable Hensley Daniel, and we wish you every success in your endeavors.
Thank you, Ms. Jones, for the kind gesture and the sponsorship package. We now come to the point where we have the draw of position for the Calypso finals. So we'll ask King Astro to come forward and put a number.
You got to change your name from 8 to another number. I want to meet you. And the serious one, I can be 8 boy. Okay, perfect. I would have got you great after.
King Astro will sing at number 6.
You can upside down.
Could you announce your songs?
Huh?
You want to announce your songs?
Yes,
Use the mic.
first round praises, second round stop what you're doing.
Thank you, Astro. We now have King This and That. Descendant will sing number 7. Would you announce your songs for this year?
Calypso, the legal system.
Thank you, Descendant. King Inspirer. Number 2 for King Inspirer. Songs.
Age is just a number and my plea.
Thank you. The Enforcer. Enforcer number 8. Give us the songs, please.
First round, There's Still Hope. Second one, Steve and Janice.
Thank you, Enforcer. Cooper Wheeler, could you come forward, please?
Number 3.
Cooper Wheeler will sing at number 4. Could you give us your songs this year?
I'm busy man.
And the other one? Okay. Thank you, Cooper Wheeler.
Busy man.
You do. We'll have Mr. What name again?
Vernon Springer.
Springer to pull for I Source Up. I Source Up will go at number 3. You can give us the songs.
Strong Black Woman and The Reason I Cry.
Thank you, Mr. Springer. We have Not See and that's the only one.
Yeah. You need to announce. The Hollywood come up. So announce Not See first.
No, Hollywood should pull.
And
The Reason I Cry.
Not See we got number 1. King Hollywood.
Hollywood ain't gonna come, he gonna be 2.
Are you gonna?
he's selected, so just announce that he selected number 5.
Yes, the position for Hollywood would be number 5, the 5th position.
Oh, okay.
And the first song would be Abracadabra, and the second song, Come Good.
Thank you, King Hollywood. We'll now have remarks by the Deputy Premier and the Minister of Culture, Mr. Honorable Hensley Daniel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman of Culturama, Mr. Alistair Byron, TDC representative, Ms. Keisha Jones, Calypsonians, and well-wishers. I think I want to begin by asking you to join us in congratulating and saying thanks and showing our appreciation to TDC for its contribution to the Calypso Island, around the world. I want to begin by saying that I am reminded of the words of King Shortshot in the 1970s, speaking of the Calypsonians. We are the ones who make you jam, and we are the ones who make you dance. We are the middle of the carnival, and you could replace carnival with Culturama. You're the middle of the Culturama, you're the ones who make you jam, or the ones who make you dance. And so, there is no Culturama without Calypso. And for us here in Nevis, we have to have a big Calypso show. And that we shall have because we have 5 kings lined up for Friday night. 5 kings. And of course, the three persons singing who have not yet been kings would readily agree with me that after Friday there will be 6 kings. And so we look forward with anticipation for the performance of the Calypsonians. I am minded to say to you that we have had some discussions at the foundation and also with the chairman, Mr. Byron, with regard to ensuring that this year is the last year that we are this late in getting ready for the Calypso competition. It used to be 15, 20 years ago, it used to be the Calypso War, because everybody knew the songs weeks before. And so there was betting, and there was there's a greater level of interest leading up to the Calypso show. So much so that we had a second Calypso show, which we used to call the Federation Calypso show. And we have to look, as we go forward, we have to look back at the things that we were doing very well. And perhaps it's time for us to add some more Calypso to the competition. That Federation Calypso show, one new song and one old song, was very good. 3 Calypsonians from St. Kitts, 3 Calypsonians from Nevis, very good. And so we should continue to do that. Also, with our community development programs, we hope to have at the parish level a Calypso competition at the parish level, where sometime before Culturama, between now and Culturama, we will have a number of Calypsonians from Charlestown, from St. Thomas's, from St. James, from St. George and from St. John's. We are going to have a Calypso competition among those parishes so that we give further fillip to the art form. It's too critical a part of Culturama to be at the point where we are struggling for numbers of people to compete. Also, I have said to the chairman that immediately after Culturama finishes, we are going to work on 3 aspects of the Calypso, which you know are important: music, singing, and of course writing. I have written some things about the number of people who could help us and help other Calypsonians with writing. And I want to say to the Calypsonians what Singing Sandra said a few years ago. Singing Sandra says that to be a good Calypsonian, you need 3 things. You need to have a good voice that you can sing, and you need to have good lyrics, and you need to know music. She says she only knows one. She only has one, and that's the good voice. And I think some of us have more than one. But there is nothing wrong with getting people to write for you, and there is nothing wrong with getting people to help you with the music and tune and so on. And so those 3 aspects we are going to focus on so that we could get more people. We want to be able to have eliminations at the parish level. Then it wouldn't even matter where people come from. Once we have eliminations, you have 3 from this parish, 2 from another, 4 from another, and maybe we may have to have a Calypso show with more than 8 finalists. That is where we are what we are looking to do. But we need the full support of the younger and older Calypsonians, and those of you who have been in the ring for some time. We have things to share. We are going to engage everybody in terms of sharing with the younger people. And so we expect next year to have a wider range of Calypsonians from which to choose. We have a good show lined up this year because we have 5 kings. And I believe the taste of victory is so good that all of the kings are going to be trying to get that second taste. I am still waiting to see a repeat performance. Culturama must be the only festival in the world where a king has never repeated, or 3-peated, or 4-peated as has been done in some other places. But let us see. I want therefore to end by thanking the present group of Calypsonians for sticking with the process and for working along with the committee despite the challenges. And we have given you all of the support that we can. I think I was just reminded a few days ago that this activity where we are having now to present stipends for the Calypsonians had to do with the Calypsonians expressing grave concern about the cost of preparing for the shows. And we responded some 5 years ago, while as Minister of Culture, to provide some level of assistance to them. And I'm saying that that is how we operate at this level, that we are supposed to respond to the issues which are affecting the Calypsonians. Because I think the Calypsonians would remember that there was a time when the Queen show was smaller than the Calypso show. You know, the Queen show has rivaled the Calypso show, and I want the Calypso show to hold its own come Friday night. And I want you therefore to take it back to the glory days. And so this is just one thing that we have done for the Calypsonians to help them with preparation. There are other things which we can do, and there are other things which we have done which I will not say. But certainly this is such a critical part of the festival that we have to redouble our efforts. And I just invite all of us to share in that experience. Once again, thank all of you for coming. Thank all of you for preparing your songs. And I believe just the sound of the songs and the titles you have given them, in and of themselves, create some interest and enthusiasm. And we look forward with anticipation for tomorrow evening. And of course, let me say again, I don't judge the Calypso. Okay? Thank you very much.